I think, naive and maybe repetitive question, but still happy to hear your thoughts, which is, will AI replace the average DevRel?
Also, this is this like good cop, bad cop? Siam, I think that's how they're doing us. They're like, Francesco gets to be the good guy and be like, oh yeah, they're humble guests and they're great people. And then Niam comes in with the questions, with the hard-hitting questions. But anyways, in all seriousness, no, of course not. I honestly don't think it's going to replace developer advocates more than it's going to replace engineers. I mean, that's super spicy question. Honestly, I think there are companies that are already trying, to be honest. You think about it, you've seen there's been a ton of layoffs, not only on the engineering, but also DevRel and technical writing and folks in support and all this. But sure, AI can do a lot of things. I'm a user of AI. I use coding assistants. That's my life. That's how I've been able to actually become better at my job, really. But although it can write code, it's not going to be able to build trust, right? It's going to generate your documentation for your projects, but it's not going to help you understand why a developer wants to throw their laptop out the window, frustrated when they're trying to troubleshoot something. Like, that's just something that AI can do. Can speak at conferences and have delicious meals with friends, talking about the industry in general. So I honestly don't think it's going to be a replacement. I think it's an enhancement, right? A lot of what we do is planting seeds. AI is not planting seeds. I've had conversations with folks that saw a talk I gave 5 years ago, and they remember one piece of content that made them go and do and try something that they didn't think they could or wanted to do before. AI can do that. So another thing that AI can do is push back. Sometimes companies make dumbass decisions, us included. We make decisions that are always not in the best interest of our users because we are not looking at full pictures. And this is an Andrea opinion, not endorsed by my employers. A disclaimer. And AI is not going to listen to that and tell you, listen, this is the time to go push back on that product decision because it's going to hurt the community. It's going to hurt your users. And at the end, your company. So you can automate all the content creation that you want, but you're not going to be able to automate empathy and the level of involvement and how much. I'm yet to meet one DevRel person that's not so almost sickly intertwined with their role that is their life. You're always out, you're always on. AI can't do that. So I'm going to go with no. It's changed the way that we work. I think for some of us that are taking advantage of how we can enhance some of maybe our skills and help us augment what we know, is great. But yeah, definitely no. I feel pretty secure that we're not going anywhere.
Want to tell us more about the dumb decisions you had to push back on? No, just kidding.
No, listen, and I'm full transparency. We just had something happen where we deprecated a feature that was because we're looking at telemetry and we're like, well, in the grand scheme of things, maybe it's not a very used feature. And I've seen this happen more than once at my time at GitHub. And guess what? Like the announcement came out, I was on a live stream, and it was a live stream in Spanish. And I'm talking to the person that I invited. And I'm like, the only thing I can say is like, let's find a discussion. Let's all post why this is something that matters to us. And, that's my job. I feel like I'm here not so much to sell the company to people, but to sell the company to developers, or like developers to the company. No, like I'm convincing you that this is where you should be. And when we do things that are not like with the empathy and intention, and it's not for lack of, saying the company doesn't care. It's just that sometimes those decisions are being made very abstract from like the day-to-day of what a developer experience is. Turns out people internally were using this more than that. They were like, wait, what? I did this to do my job. So community heard. And now it's a halted decision. And this happened in span of days. So, and that happens at, small companies, big companies. I'm grateful that we still have a team in product that actually takes that feedback to heart and has no problem saying, you know what, let's hold this. We maybe should not go on there prematurely. Let's figure out how we can better achieve our goal, but also make sure that we're not damaging a key part of developers' workflow.